Yankee Doodle went to town, riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his cap, called it macaroni.
Yankee Doodle, keep it up. Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls be handy.
Hiya, quick one for you. I've decided that I'm going to upgrade the lights on my bike trailer. I've got a dark coloured bike, got a grey coloured trailer, and in the fog when I was out yesterday, I saw a bike trailer go past me and you couldn't see it once it got a few yards up the road. So I'm going to make mine a little bit more visible, take the standard lighting strip off the back and stick on some extra lights, some of these, 3 each side, so it should be easy to see, and all the bulbs are being taken out and replaced with LED bulbs. So extra brightness, extra cable, extra LED bulbs, and a junction box. Keep watching. So there's one crappy lighting board, and as you can see I've already put extra lights on it, but it's still not brilliant. These aren't a pair, it doesn't really look quite so good, so bit of modification, but everything fitted directly into there. Should be able to get the number plate, 3 lights either side and a fog light, job done. Okay, so the first side's done, so you get the gist of it. I've still got the LED bulbs to put in and all the wiring, but those 3 are now fitted. That's where they're going to be positioned. Ideally, I'll bring you back inside because it's starting to rain. Ideally what I wanted was the lights to be fitted that way up, or that way, made no difference, but that way I would have had a line of indicators at the bottom or a line of indicators at the top, but I've had to go that way because of the fitting on the side for the number plate lights. They've got to be that way so that they light the number plates up, so can't get around that. And then 2 on each side. We'll have to have this piece sprayed black so that I don't emit white light. So as you can see, it's a really nice bright sunny day. It's currently 20 degrees and here we are on the 31st of October. Amazing. Right, back to the trailer. Here we go. You've seen this bit anyway, but I'll just show you around the back. In the daylight you'll be able to see a little bit clearer. So that's as far as we've got. We've got those 3 fitted. Got to fit 3 more that side, put a fog light in, do the wiring, and round the back you see it's fairly tidy. I should probably tidy up a wee bit more. Okay, so the other 3 are now fitted. Time to start putting some wiring in. Basically what I've got is I've got a junction box which is going to go over that end somewhere. Can't make up my mind exactly where yet. I might put it in the middle, play it by ear, and it will probably go somewhere under here, I'm guessing. Maybe stick it in the middle. Have shorter runs of wire. Each wire for each light will come out the back into the junction box and all be wired individually. And hopefully everything will be tickety-boo. Right, I'll catch you again in a minute. Okay, so the wiring started. There's the wire that's going to go into one side of the junction box, and that goes down through, all the way through the frame, and right the way out to the front and the plug, which you should just be able to see over there on the floor. So each one of these wires on here now will be trimmed at this end, have all the relevant crimps put on, fitted into here, and then all the excess wire can be fed back through the hole, all tidied up, LED bulbs to go in, covers on, and these clear lens sides have got to be taken out and sprayed black. Probably won't get an awful lot of light emitted from there, but get it right and then you won't get nicked by the old built. So get those in, and then that needs to be connected up. And if I flick you around to the other side, hopefully, yeah, thereabouts there is where the junction box is going to be. So we'll do a bit more and come back again in a minute. Okay, so before I crimp these up, sorry, just go through the colours quickly. I'm only going to be using 4 of these wires. So you've got the yellow for the left indicator, we've got the black for the left side tail lights, we've got the white which is the earth, and the red which is the brake. And the other 3 go over to the other side, and the blue one is the fog light, the green one that goes to the right hand indicator, and the brown one is the right hand tail light. A lot of places when they wire these up will actually wind the black and the brown together and just use one, just so it saves a bit of time. But bearing in mind how many wires I've got here, I'm going to separate and keep it as few to as I can. Otherwise I'm going to end up with about 50 odd wires going into the other side of the junction box. Just thought I'd interrupt myself here for a second. I've seen somewhere recently on the internet about not twisting the wires together. I think if you're going to solder them, then yeah, that's a better idea, because the solder will get between each strand of wire. But if you're not soldering, then twist them together. It just saves any of that type of thing happening and shorten it out. The last thing you want is to have a dodgy wiring and find every time you turn your indicators on, your brake lights flash. So little tip for you there, make sure they're all twisted together and then crimped nicely and tightly. Everything's out of the way. Okay, so the earth goes on there, the stop lamp is that side, and that side is your tail lamp, and that's your indicator in there. 1 down, 6 to go. So that's the 3 wired. I'll put the bulbs in and come back in a sec. Okay, that's all the LED bulbs in. Kind of put the covers on, and then just to make it a bit more weatherproof, because I'm going to knock it on the head for now, and then I'll come back tomorrow, take these out, spray them black, put those back in, do the rest of the wiring on the other side, go from there. Okay, so as you can see now, the wires all come through, they're all wired up at the front, the lenses are all on. I'll show you those in a second. And I've had a little bit of a rethink. This junction box here is going to have 6 of these going into it, and come around this side, this bad boy down there as well, and it's going to be a bit of a squeeze. So what we're going to do is a bit of a swap round. Come back around this side again. So these 3 are all going to be trimmed to length and go in that side. I think you can see that now, that's better. Aim it right, it makes it a lot easier for you to see. These 3 will all go in that side, and the 3 from this side are going to be linked together, and I'm going to get another junction box and fit it under there, and then run a single wire from there around the back into that side, with the fat boy down there that's already got the plug on the end, which will make that a lot more tidy and efficient and less likely to get buggered up. Well, I've been messing around with that for about an hour now, and on and off, well, probably about an hour and a half, on and off between doing other jobs for work, and in true idiot collective style, time for me to go and have a piece of cake, cup of coffee. Catch you soon. So here we are, all done. You'll notice that there's now a fog light in there as well. The only thing I've got left to do, which I can't do at the moment, is just remove the ends of those 2 screws there so I can get the number plate in. But Mrs. Yankee's sleeping because she's working nights, so I best not get grinder out yet. It's sort of fairly tidy on the back. Might change that slightly at a later date. But that's it for now. Done, dusted. Just need a little bit of darkness, so when Mrs. Yankee goes to work later, I'll plug it in and fire them up, make sure everything works. Okay, nearly done. Just got to do a little bit of grinding now, get the back of the screws off from the junction box so that it lays all flat on the back. Get the number plate on there. Goggly time. Put some of them on, protect my eyes. Blind as a bat, but not quite totally blind. You want to come and have a look? Hey, steaming up, hot stuff. Right, grindage. Done. So there we go, that's job done. I would like to say that it went without a hitch, but it didn't, and I'll explain why. Let me just put you up here for a minute. Right, this style of LED bulb, forget them. Yes, they look very pretty when they glow red, but to be honest, I could have put a candle in there and it would have been brighter. These are supposed to be bright LEDs, and they were actually half as bright as the standard bulbs. So I've taken them all out, put the standard bulbs back in there, and gone for a different type of LED bulb. On the side of the LED, I haven't got one of the other ones around at the moment. At the side of the LEDs, they've got flat, coloured panels. And you saw the indicators. The indicators on there are absolutely brilliant, nice and bright. They are actually an orange indicator bulb, so you could use them on a clear lens. I've put them in there to give it a richer, more deep colour. So I've ordered the red ones up today, and when they come I shall swap the original standard bulbs out and put those in. These going back to the idiot that sold them to me. And if I could have been asked to read his feedback on eBay before, I would have seen that in the last month 37 people have said 99% of those comments have all been the same. Crap, waste of money, and surprisingly they weren't Chinese, and you all know my thoughts on Chinese stuff. So that's it, jobs are good, and for now I'll upgrade those LEDs when they come. Maybe we'll do another how-to at another time. Take care guys, bye.